the truth.
Great player in this league. Got a lot of great respect for him. You know, I gained a lot more respect after just the entire series we put together with the back and forth between him and Russ, and the way he kept us forward, and just continued to lead the team. That was amazing.
The stakes were obviously higher, but did it remind you at all of Steph one?
A little different. A lot different. That was big time.
What do you recall George saying that that was a bad shot? Like, I knew what he meant, but like, the shot goes in, the big shot, the bad shot.
I think there are still bad shots even if they go in. But I don't know if you can really say that then. You know, they get 50. So I don't know if you get 50 if any shot is a bad shot. Because heat checks and everything are allowed at that point when you got 50. But incredible performance.
And Draymond, the point you said about the respect that you have for Damian, what things do you respect about his game and just how he is as a leader?
I mean, obviously, you know, he can score the ball with the best of them. But, you know, Dame has a chip on his shoulder, has since the day he walked into this league. And, I mean, you know, just the way he grinded, like, you know, he played like a guy from Oakland with a chip on his shoulder. And, you know, a guy who's been doubted forever. And, you know, that showed up in a major way in that series.
You mentioned Houston last year when you had that series. What do you think you learned about yourself and what you should?
I just learned that I could play at the highest level. You know, I've been on this team playing versus these guys in practice. I feel comfortable playing against anybody in the league, but to go out there during the playoffs when all the stakes on the line, I learned that I can perform. You know, as a kid, you watch Game 7s and you watch series like that, you dream about playing in them. So to actually be in it and have a role was big for me and my confidence.
You see dragged out into the isolation, especially in Game 1.
Yeah, I remember going into the series, I knew it was they was going to try to pick on me a little bit, but the first game they probably did about, I was in ice on the foot like 30 times, but you learn from things like that and try to earn the respect so they don't keep trying to pick on you. And, I think I did a good job in that series, and that prepared me for the rest for this season and the rest of the playoff cycle.
Did you see Clippers-Warriors being a real rivalry at some point?
Yes, coming in my rookie year, you can definitely tell that it was a rivalry.
Second half.
Yes. I did. Yes.
I know your emphasis to yourself has been don't reach. How much of that is a reflexive movement at the end, and how much is, you know, what you do to position yourself before that moment? If that makes any sense.
I have confidence in my hand-eye coordination and hand speed and stuff like that, and that's how I get steals usually, is being quick, but that's how I get fouls too, so I got to balance both of them. The ones that I had trouble in the series are the ones that I shouldn't even be in that situation to begin with, in terms of there's help behind the play, or I'm not even involved in the play really, I'm just kind of lunging at it. And that's just a lack of focus, but in terms of, you know, like Game 4, I had 2 fouls early and neither one of them were reaching. It was a block foul. I just, you know, it's kind of a bang play, and then I got a charge on the offensive end. The third one I could have stayed away from. So you can nitpick each one of them and understand exactly why, but at the end of the day, I gotta continue to stay on the floor in our normal rotations and not foul, whatever that means.
Have you gotten better?
Have you gotten a better sense on how the game's called this series, or has that been kind of still a process?
Series, it had nothing to do with my fouls at all. It's just honestly, it's been pretty consistent, I think, on both ends in terms of what's allowed and whatnot. There's maybe one or two my fouls that I was confused about, but for the most part, I haven't really been leaving the game. I haven't been thinking like, oh, the refs called that a certain way. That's a credit to them on that one.
Steph, along the lines of what you just said about
Everybody.
Were you amazed by the story process and how did you avoid this situation?
Well, I hope more people, since it's being Earth Day yesterday, I hope more people now get out, especially the younger generation. We, including myself, have a tough time with technological devices and addiction. So I hope that spurs some kids to get outside and enjoy the fruits of nature.
So did you get to enjoy the outdoors much? You got to enjoy the outdoors yesterday?
Oh yeah. This Bay Area weather when it's like this, it's amazing. You know, we earned this after a long range winter.
Plan with the market right now. I mean, as far as like, would he be around?
He's just rehabbing. Yeah, he's here today. He was in our film session, and he will continue to be rehabbing with Rick and be around us as we go.
How are his like spirit?
Not great as you'd expect, but it was good to see him. And obviously we've been gone the last week or so, 6 days. And so it was good for everybody to see him and vice versa. And we'll see what happens, in a few weeks once we have a better sense of his healing and his ability to maybe get on the court. Who knows? But at this point, conservatively, I would say it's highly unlikely he'd play.
Has there been any early indication, like, oh, is it getting better? I mean, I know it's so
no, nothing like that. No.
Steve, how do you view the way?
I think the officials have not let the physicality get out of hand. They've kept a lid on it, but kept the game going at the same time. There's always going to be calls that I disagree with and Doc disagrees with, but I think they've done an excellent job. It's a hard job, and they're keeping the game going and keeping things flowing, which is a good job. Hi, everybody.
Last night, what you guys were talking about with the team episode?
It was an amazing shot, when he had a major game. He's a great player. He's been doing great things in the league for a long time. Doing on the stage like that and close out game, all the stakes on the line, it's amazing. We see him hit big shots like that before. That's probably one of the biggest ones I've seen. That's probably one of the best performances we've seen in the playoffs so far.
Know anyone else who would take that shot from that distance?
I know a few players on this team that would take that shot. So I know when some of these guards now are capable of hitting shots like that, I can hear Steve now telling me to get up and they can go to the basket. So the guys in the league right now are great shot makers, and I get to see 3 or 4 of them the best in the league every day. So it's just amazing to see where our league is going.
It's still sore, but it is what it is. I mean, if the MRI said it was broken, by the way, I was still gonna play, so it still was what it was anyway. So it really didn't matter. It's been messed up for a while, but game 3, beginning of game 3, I got a pretty good whack on it that, kind of pissed it off a lot. And it's been bothering me a lot ever since, but it's all good.
It's great. Great work put in by everybody.
Were you amused by the story process and you mentioned how rejuvenating the Pacific Ocean was for you?
Well, I hope more people, since it being Earth Day yesterday, I hope more people now get out, especially the younger generation. We, including myself, have a tough time with technological devices and addiction. So I hope that spurs some kids to get outside and enjoy the fruits of nature.
You got to enjoy the outdoors much?
What's that?
You got to enjoy the outdoors yesterday?
Oh yeah. It's Bay Area weather when it's like this. It's amazing. You know, we earned this after a long rainy winter.